Great game for us tonight. Started with Eddie Copper. It was great to see him bounce back. The reason we wanted to throw him back out there was because we knew that he was capable of this. He was nervous in his first outing this weekend and didn't go so well, but we wanted to show confidence in him and belief in him, and it was great to see him go 4 innings, 1 hit, no earned runs. Really set the tone for us tonight. So it was a great start. Great start.
Just sticking with that, what did you see from Eddie today and what was working well for him?
I mean, he had all his pitches, 3 walks in the 4 innings, so you'd like to see a little bit more command, but it's a 93, 94-mile-an-hour fastball. It has some really nice run and sink to it. Slider was for strikes, and so he was able to get out of the jam when he needed it, and I thought his poise was much better tonight than it was this weekend.
In the 5th there, you guys start with Williamson. He gets into the jam, and then Ty Good comes in, does his thing. Two-parter, how did you think he did tonight? And then obviously in there in the 5th, you guys get the 9-3-6 double play. How big was that just for the momentum moving forward?
Yeah, I thought number 1, Ty Good came in there and really gave us exactly what we needed. We needed a guy to kind of help put out that fire and make that, minimize the inning that they were having there. He got the lazy fly ball to right, and we executed that play defensively exactly how you want to execute it. Petrie made the nice play coming in on the ball. He made a low throw that would be cutoff man level high. We redirected the ball to second base because he made a poor read, and we had the man standing at second base to make the tag. So it's exactly how we work on it. It's exactly how you want to handle a play like that. So very pleased with that.
Hey, Coach Causey, having another great game, another great start for him, his first home run as a Gamecock. How has he been able to make an immediate impact, knowing that, he didn't play baseball in 2023 and just his inconsistent at-bats?
He's a great story. There's no question about it, and there have already been a couple stories written about it, but he's a kid that works really hard. He loves the game. He's really happy to be a Gamecock right now, and he's one of our better hitters. There's no question about it. He showed glimpses of it in the fall. He continued to get better in the spring, and now he's really running with his opportunities. So it's great to see. It's another guy that gives us really good length in that lineup.
I'm sure 4 games isn't enough of a sample size. You see batting averages at 100 and 600 and everywhere in between. But how long does it take for you to get a legitimate sense on how guys are performing up through a course of a season?
Yeah, a lot more than 4 games, I can tell you that. But you can see trends. You can see which guys have really made nice improvements. Lee Croy's the first guy that hops off the page. His improvement has continued to go in a great direction. Ethan Petrie, he's pushing it a little bit right now, but he'll be just fine. We know that. Blake Jackson's been a great addition. We know Parker Nolan's going to be a really good player. There's a lot of guys that are playing extremely well. I'll put Dylan Brewer on that list of a guy that's really made great improvements, and that's great to see. So, again, I think we're seeing a lot of positives right now.
So South Carolina has scored a bunch of runs at the beginning of every single game so far this season. How important is it for this team to kind of score early and kind of give the pitcher some relief and, score enough runs in the first 2 innings that, you're able to close the game out and win? Well,
I mean, it's always important to try to get out. I think statistics will tell you the team that scores first generally wins most games in our sport. So it's really important for us to get out and try to give our pitcher a little bit of cushion so they can relax and just execute. So we've been doing that, and I hope that continues.
A little random, but I saw Monty Lee get hit with a ball there, and then he does the little flexing pose afterwards, and you can just kind of feel that team chemistry. I know you guys talked a lot about last season with Fort Jackson, but how have you guys been able to build that bond this year with a lot of transfers?
Yeah, that's continued. There's no question about it. We've been very intentional about that, and we all want to feel like we're pulling on the same rope and following all the same mantras. And one of ours is no flinch, and he didn't flinch on that line drive in the third base box. And so, yeah, that's kind of who we are. We try to be blue collar, and players, coaches, everybody. And so, that was a fun little moment in that game.
Looking ahead to tomorrow, Matthew Becker starting on the mound. What are you kind of hoping, expecting to see out of him?
I think you'll probably see similar to what we did with Roman this weekend. Get him out there for a couple innings, get his feet wet again, get him used to being out there on the mound, and then be able to build off of that.
Do you have an anticipated number on what he'll throw tomorrow?
I need to talk to Matt about that. I mean, I'm guessing the number would probably be in that 30 to 40 range, but I need to make sure with Matt before we play.